Tonight, CQ swelters as the mercury rises.
Rockhampton drivers risk lives to run red lights.
Tourists told not to be afraid despite 2 shark attacks.
And a popular Gladstone business calls it a day.
Serving central Queensland, this is 7 Local News.
And good evening, everyone, and thanks very much for joining us.
Good evening.
First tonight, central Queensland has sweltered over the past 2 days as the mercury hit the high 30s. Locals sought shelter as temperatures reached their highest in 3 years.
The soaring temperatures drew the crowds to the beach, taking full advantage of the remaining weeks of the school holidays.
Central Queensland drivers are some of the most notorious in the state for running red lights. Police say people running lights also run the risk of killing someone.
Drivers were well behaved in front of our camera today, but faced with red light cameras, it's a different story.
An 11-year-old boy remains in a Brisbane hospital after being attacked by a black-tip reef shark at Heron Island. It was the second attack this week, but local leaders say tourists and international visitors should not be worried. There have only been a handful of incidents in the past century.
The Mile Island and Heron Island shark attacks have made national headlines.
One of Gladstone's best-known businesses has closed its doors after 15 years of service. Owner of Scotty's Trattoria, Scott McCarthy, spoke with 7 Local News about his decision to shut up shop and the struggles he faced during the economic downturn.
He's been serving the people of Gladstone since 2000.
And thank you to Scotty from us. Banana Shire residents will have a tough decision to make in March, with 3 strong candidates running for mayor. Incumbent Mayor Ron Carriage has announced he'll run for the position again. Mr Carriage has been Mayor of the Shire for 4 years and says he's keen to give it another term. He'll run against Nev Ferrier, who's been a councillor in the rural community since 2004. Long-time local Philip Casey is also putting his hand up for the top job. The local election is on March the 19th.
A video of a young Queensland boy running a race in a walking frame has gone viral. Courageous Finley Cole has cerebral palsy and charmed the nation when he appeared on the Sunrise program this morning.
Finley Cole's attitude alone would win this race.
Oh, what a great young man he is. Ahead in 7 Local News, what's happening around the region this weekend?
And a toddler recovers from surgery after being burnt by hidden coals on a beach. You're watching 7 Local News. A Gladstone toddler has had surgery after falling on hidden coals at Lily's Beach. Troyden Mark suffered 4th-degree burns when he stepped on the remains of a beach fire last week. The 20-month-old has had surgery on his foot and hand to remove dead tissue in Brisbane. Council's urging anyone using the beach to clearly mark fire spots and to fully extinguish them before leaving.
Because people who use those beaches use them, know they're there and they know the rules. People who camp there should have the experience not to leave the fire the way they did, and to see the end result is just so heartbreaking.
Troyden is receiving treatment at the burns unit at Lady Salento Children's Hospital until his wounds heal.
A leadership and development program for at-risk youth will be rolled out in Rockhampton and Yeppoon this year. Project Booyah currently runs in most parts of the state with the Queensland Police. The Youth Intervention Program runs various activities for children. It also provides skills and training and helps them get back into school and university. It recently won the Premier's Industry Collaboration Award.
Each cohort will comprise about 10 children identified by local police and school principals, and those young people will be involved in a program of learning about health and well-being.
To find out more, go to projectbooyah.com.au.
And now here's 4CC's Claire Wooten with what's happening around the region over the weekend.
Thanks, guys. This weekend is all about school holiday fun and getting out and about in our beautiful region and enjoying what's on offer in central Queensland. Here's what's on. If you'd like to see your event featured next week, make sure you email the details through to what'sonincq@7.com.au. Don't forget to get outdoors and enjoy all that's on offer in central Queensland this weekend, and I'll see you next week.
Certainly plenty happening. No excuses to get bored.
You're right there. All right, let's have a look at sport now. And with Luke, and local T20 action starts in Rockhampton this weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. All the teams are eyeing off a victory over heavyweights Gracemere. We'll have the details on that next. And Theodore's Rob Simmons is the favourite to replace the Queensland Reds' injured captain. You're watching 7 Local News. Well, Rocky's T20 series begins this weekend with a double header, and defending champions Gracemere remain the team to beat. But the reigning Capricorn Challenge victors admit they're short of the 2 crucial counterparts.
The different format presents a whole new ball game.
Theodore's Super Rugby claim to fame, Rob Simmons, has returned to Ballymore Stadium for his first pre-season training appearance. The word on the street is our Queensland Reds vice-captain could be bumped up to the captaincy chair with absence of James Slipper.
Katie Brown, 7 News.
Rockhampton's Kookaburra Mark Knowles has been recognised for another outstanding season leading the national men's hockey team. The Kookaburra's captain is one of 5 players nominated for the International Hockey Federation's Player of the Year award. He's in line with some ruthless European talent, and fellow Aussie Chris Ciriello is also up for the trophy. To vote for Knowles, visit www.fih.ch and follow the link. Mark Knowles and the Kookaburra's big year for them with the Olympics coming up in Brazil.
Yeah, fantastic year ahead.
Yep.
All right, thanks for that, Luke.
Absolutely. Rosanna will be along shortly to see how the weather is shaping up. And also Scott Hillier has our fishing report.
Hello, Rosanna Natoli with tonight's weather. Dry skies, dry air, dry everything today in sunny Queensland. Not a lot of wet weather about at all across the whole state, which could be a blessing or a curse depending on where you are and how you look at it, as the mercury really skyrocketed in some regions. And while it felt hot, it was still no way near the records. Looking at those temperatures across the Capricorn region, a massive range in Rockhampton from 24 to 39 degrees with an afternoon humidity reading of a dry 14%. Biloela's Thangool Airport reached 37, Gladstone 36 degrees. Checking the satellite loop now, and it could not get much clearer over Queensland and the Sunshine State today. We can see the large low pressure system which brought the floods further south. It is now moving out into the Tasman to pay New Zealand a wet and windy visit. On today's chart, a long heat trough stretches right across the continent. Off the east coast, it runs into a coastal trough, and that is extending into the low. Wide isobar spacing indicates the very light winds, and that's partly explaining the heat of the day. On tomorrow's chart, not much change into tomorrow. The odd tropical storm or two around the peninsula. Possible isolated shower in the southeast, also a slight pickup in winds off the south coast. So now to the latest from the Weather Bureau. The boating forecast for Capricornia waters. Tomorrow we have east to southeasterly winds blowing around 15 to 20 knots with seas reaching 1.5 metres. Literally identical conditions for Saturday, and Sunday we have a drop to 10 to 15. Tomorrow's high tides all very similar. Gladstone, Port Alma and Roslyn Bay peaking a little after 8 a.m. For the Capricornia district, partly cloudy skies, the chance of showers and a possible late storm. Gladstone 23 to 30 degrees, Rockhampton 23 to 32, Biloela a top of 33 and Yeppoon 28. For the Central Highlands and coalfields, mostly sunny, a possible evening thunderstorm. Emerald 23 to 35 degrees, Claremont 22 to 34 and Moranbah 35. Looking ahead for Rockhampton, today was by far the hottest we can expect for this week. That's good news. Temperatures dropping tomorrow onward. However, looking to be creeping up again late week. A slight chance of a sun shower the next couple of days, but don't hold your breath. That's the weather this Thursday night. Enjoy the sunshine and stay cool. Now here's Scott Hillier with the fishing report.
Yeah, thanks, Rosanna. A little bit of rain earlier on in the week has really stirred up those rivers and creeks, but for the weekend, looks like the boaties will get a chance to sneak out. Now, Sunday is looking the better day. Just make sure you check that local forecast before heading out. Great run on the tide. That new moon on the way should fire up those pelagics. Here's a couple of tips.
Great, thanks for that, Scotty. And that's 7 Local News for this Thursday. Thanks for your company.
And from all of us here at Channel 7, have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Bye for now.
Good night.